Highway 10 through the cities of Coon Rapids, Anoka, and Ramsey have been studied over and over again because we all know there's problems there. There's traffic congestion, there's safety problems, there's pedestrian crossing problems. It's just a whole variety of problems that we know about. And for years we developed what I'd say is the ultimate solution, which is a full freeway section through those cities, limited access, grade separated interchanges on that corridor. Well, that might have solved all those problems pretty much entirely, but it was a hugely expensive endeavor. And again, part of the art or science of engineering is also we can engineer a solution, but it has to be affordable and achievable. And so for years we had a solution that was unfundable and became impractical. So what we did, we worked with the city of Anoka, the city of Ramsey, and the Minnesota Department of Transportation, and we re-looked at the corridor. We knew we needed to relieve the congestion. We knew we had to address the pedestrian safety problem. We knew we had to relieve some of the other crash problems. But was there a way of doing it, achieving the majority of those issues at a lower cost? And so throughout the last, I'd say decade, there's been some experimental types of access control, interchange designs that are not typical interchange designs. And we said, would these things work on this corridor? And do we have to, what essentially benefit costs would we get for doing certain changes in a more incremental way and in a way that can solve a lot of the problem without the huge cost? And what we found is that we can achieve over 90% of the crash benefit and over 90% of the congestion relief benefit that we had with the full-blown freeway with what I'd call a hybrid freeway. Doesn't have all the access controls of a full freeway, doesn't necessarily have all the benefits of kind of your traditional interchange, but we can still get 92% or 94% of the benefit at half the cost, or even less than half the cost. And so that's really springboarding this whole corridor now, because we're all excited about it. And instead of doing one big $300 million corridor improvement, we can do it in pieces. This is scalable, sizable, so if we have a $5 million safety grant, we can do a $5 million project. If we need $20 million to do a high T interchange, we can do a $20 million project. We don't have to wait for all the money to arrive to do this. So from the standpoint that we can achieve the benefits on the safety and capacity side at a much reduced cost, and it's scalable that we can do individual projects as the appropriate types of funds come along to do that, we can incrementally make improvements. So we're very excited about that. We've already submitted a grant application to really do the first highest priority project, which is a pedestrian safety improvement through the city of Anoka. So study's not even done and we're already implementing elements of it because we're that excited about it. We're very confident that now we have an ability to deliver projects to make that road safer and more efficient. Well, we have used federal funds for the design of it. We've used city and county funds for preliminary engineering. We have a $10 million grant from MnDOT for congestion relief that we're using. We're going to be using some money from the County Transit's Improvement Board because it will benefit the North Star Rail by making that a grade separation. So that aspect of the project is going to be paid for really with rail transit money. We have, again, federal funds. We have city and county funds. And most recently, in the last legislative session, our legislative delegation was very proactive, worked very hard, and we actually were successful in getting some bonding out of the bonding bill to pretty much fill in the last gap of funding that we needed for that project. So state, federal, legislative, city, county, and again, different and regional transit money that is all going towards building this project. And again, there's even variations within that on the money for design as compared to right-of-way acquisition as compared to construction and construction administration. So certain money qualifies for different things, and we're just going after what we can when we can, and it's all coming together now, and we're very excited about that.